Welcome back. Will you continue the tradition of teaching your child about Old Saint Nick? Hot 7 News took to the streets to find out the public's opinion on whether or not parents should teach their children about Santa Claus.
With Christmas speedily approaching, Hot 7 News wants to find out, should parents teach their children about Santa Claus? I believe we should teach our kids about Santa Claus just because of the ideology behind it. It's more to spread joy and share and have them believe in a mystery, believe in something that they cannot see, similar to religion, almost. Not the same thing, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I still believe in Santa Claus, and I know for a fact that he doesn't come to the Caribbean, but at the same time, my mom is my Santa Claus.
I think there is no teachings about Santa Claus because they're not teaching us the right thing. If they have to teach us about Santa Claus was a man that used to eat people, do all those kind of things. But I don't know how it reached in our history, in our cult, where they're showing us Santa Claus is a good man and he's a nice man. So only on Christmas time Santa Claus existing. There is no such thing. Santa Claus was a man that was doing a lot of bad things, like a cannibal. And that's all I know about Santa Claus.
Yes, I definitely think we should continue the tradition. It's one of those ways that we are brought up on with our children, and this is more or less the spirit of Christmas. If we take it away from them, they wouldn't feel the spirit of Christmas. And we wanted to drive our children in the right direction towards understanding the spirit of Christmas. So I think we should continue it.
Not at all. They should not teach them about Santa Claus, not about Christmas, not about Christianity, not about the Bible, not about anything in reference to religion. Because as Africans, we have a traditional spiritual system that we had prior to being exposed to European imperialism. Our traditional spiritual systems date back thousands of years prior to our exposure to these European savages. And so they imposed their ways, their culture, their traditions on us, and we forgot who we were, where we came from. And so we should not teach our children about Santa Claus, about anything that has any reference to Europeanism or Eurocentric culture.
Well, I mean, it was kind of a children thing to begin with, so if you want to teach it to your children, go ahead. It's all up to the parents, I guess. If your child believes it, then okay. If your child doesn't, then that's fine.
There you have it, the people have spoken. Santa remains a reminder of the spirit of Christmas. The choice to teach your children whether or not Mr. Claus is an actual being remains that of the parent. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
Thank you, Solange. Well, I certainly didn't learn about Santa Claus growing up in Choiseul. Now, in other news, lovers of takeout food will soon get to experience environmentally friendly alternatives to styrofoam. With the phasing out and complete ban of styrofoam coming in January 2019, a closer look is being taken at local alternatives. Solange Alfred has more.
The ban on the importation of styrofoam in St. Lucia went into effect on December 1st, 2018. The product weighs heavily on the environment due to the fact that it does not decompose like plant matter and will stay intact for centuries in a landfill. Furthermore, the negative impact of this product is farther reaching than solely affecting the environment. Speaking with marketing manager of EcoWare, Gregor de Turville, a local supplier of biodegradable vessels, he explained that the product can also wreak havoc on the human body.
Styrofoam and plastic, when you place hot food, hot drink into plastic, the materials in the styrofoam and the plastic slowly seeps into your food. A lot of people don't realize that. You understand? I mean, just imagine what happens when you put heat to plastic or styrofoam. What happens? It melts. It melts and it forms a liquid. You can tell from when it's heated the black smoke and the foam and that emanates from it. All that is bad for your system. You understand? So this is why we're introducing our products, and it's better.
De Turville explained that the company saw it fit to introduce this line of 100% eco-friendly products to help combat the waste problem that plagues the landfills and environment in St. Lucia.
There was an issue with non-biodegradable products in St. Lucia. You have a case where you have a lot of those products, non-biodegradable products, coming into St. Lucia, and less than 1% is going out as waste. So what that means is that you basically have most of that waste product remaining in St. Lucia, and clogging up our ecosystem, our environment, and so on and so forth. Okay, so basically we came up with the idea of bringing in biodegradable products that would replace the styrofoam and the plastic products. Like was mentioned before, most of the products that we bring in replace food containers, cups, knives, forks, spoons. You will even be able to get toothbrushes and other products for your home and so on and so forth.
The fight to reduce the dependency on single-use plastics has fostered creative ways that individuals can utilize plant-based waste material in the creation of environmentally safe products. Litterville highlighted some of the ingenious materials used in the range of products available from EcoWare.
We have bioplastic, we have wheat, we have corn, and we have sugarcane that we use for our products. All of these, like I mentioned, are biodegradable and good for the environment and good for the ecosystem.
A greater push for sustainability on the island has led many to think ahead for the future and the future of the next generation of St. Lucians. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
Preparations for Asu Square festivities are well underway, and patrons can look forward to a packed itinerary. Press and Communications Manager at the Office of the Mayor, Jason Hollenseed, says that soon vendors will be engaged in meetings with the relevant authorities, including environmental health, the fire service, and the police. Patrons can also look forward to the entertainment aspect of the two-day festivities.
We're trying to add some different components this year, where we're looking to create a kids zone at Serenity Park, heading into the William Peter Boulevard. So there we'll find our bouncing castles, you know, some of the kids games, cartoon characters and what have you. We'll also be doing some of that on the Derek Walcott Square itself, and also we're trying to see whether we could incorporate a disco, because we know traditionally when you went to Asu Square you would find, you know, a little disco in one of the areas. So we're trying to bring that sort of tradition back into Asu Square, and persons could expect the cultural groups, the solo groups, you know, the different the Denry segments, the power soca artists, and, you know, a potpourri of entertainment.
That was Press and Communications Manager in the Office of the Mayor, Jason Hollenseed. Keeping communities clean is paramount in keeping environmental hazards at bay. As such, the St. Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority has embarked on a two-day community cleanup, where communities got the opportunity to receive a much-needed tidying up.
Staff of the Solid Waste Management Authority on Wednesday, December 19th and Thursday, December 20th kept busy as they undertook community cleanups, cleaning up roadsides, plant-based debris, and excessive pileups of solid waste. These major cleanup activities took place in various communities, inclusive of Maynard Hill, Patterson's Gap, and Barnard Hill. The initiative looked to ensure that all St. Lucians benefit from a cleaner environment. The St. Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority encourages residents to keep playing their part and take up the responsibility in maintaining the cleanliness of the community after this major cleanup effort. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
You're watching the Hot 7 Nightly News. Coming up, sports news with Tennyson Glasgow.